See what we got. Hello, everyone.
What's up, y'all? How we doing, Jenny? Let us know who else we got on the early crew. If you're watching on the replay, we got the free Amazon class going down on Wednesday night. Those are always a blast. We're gonna be sharing pretty much everything you need to know to get started, scale Amazon, and some stuff we don't typically share publicly. So links down below for that if you want to hang out with us on Wednesday night. That'll be a week from now. Sweet. What's up, Sabrina? Hope you guys are all getting after it today.
Sorry, I'm just getting this register right here. Oops. Let's see.
Sweet. Yeah. So let us know what we can help you guys out with. We'll be hanging out here for 45 minutes or so.
Yeah. So the cool thing is that for everyone watching this, right, Valentine's Day sales will be starting soon. I don't have any verification of this, but I just think it makes a lot of logical sense that pretty much every beauty website, right, is going to have some sort of discount for that. It makes a lot of sense, right? So there's going to be a lot of opportunity with that stuff. And then to keep going with that thought, right?
Look into anything like chocolate related, or like it's kind of hard to arbitrage like super Valentine specific products.
Yeah.
Versus some other holidays. So like the only like super Valentine's Day products are like the little cards you pass out at school. Like there might be more of like a retail arbitrage type flip if you can get on those.
Yeah, and then yeah, like anything you could find that has like 10 plus sellers, you can pretty much validate that it's reseller friendly. Jackpot flips. What's up, King? Cool. So a bunch of guys hopping in here on Instagram too. We got the free class going down next Wednesday, which you can get registered for at the link in bio. When you're scanning products in retail, you can get ungated or gated in certain products. So Sabrina, the cool thing is that I would recommend just getting ungated just online for stuff. But the cool thing is you can go to the link in the description and we have a big list of auto ungate products that you can get ungated in today that actually doesn't require any sort of invoice. So you should check that out.
You'd be surprised how much is automatically unlocked to you.
Yeah, dude, I found a banger auto ungate. It was weird though, man. Like it was good brand direct from the website, right? Not wholesale, just OA, right? And like not many people were on it. Heard Amazon raised the order minimum to get ungated, so that was only from Chris in one brand. I would, and obviously I trust Chris.
It's like it's Amazon invoices too, so it's still 10 units for regular invoices.
Oh, cool.
So it doesn't really change anything. It's just interesting because
But
that announcement basically acknowledges that they're cool with you ungating using Amazon's own invoices as long as you buy 50 units now is the new rule.
And like low key, like I've had a bunch of inauthentic complaints where I had to submit for like 800 units and I just submitted 500 and they're like, yeah, just let me do it.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that sometimes though. If you submit like the incomplete amount, like one of my friends had like a section 3 or whatever. He submitted like almost all of them and they thought he was like trying to pull a fast one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's several data sets. Cause I remember, dude, one of my most sold ASINs of all time, it was like 4,200 units. And I spent like an hour pulling carts of 50 order receipts basically. And then they just like let me through, honestly.
Yeah. No, but it is interesting. I never expected them to acknowledge Amazon to Amazon ungating, but I guess they're publicly saying it's cool now.
Yeah, I just think with 2020, like they just needed supply on the market and they realized like, damn, if more people sell, that drives down the value of stuff. So customers buy more and we make more in fees over time as we raise and such and everything. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Amazon definitely wants arbitrage sellers. It's the brands probably don't. A lot of the brands don't, but Amazon wants us. Like we fill a big gap for them.
It's an interesting dance because like you would like a brand technically would not like it, whether it's going really cheap or really expensive, but it also makes them money with no risk and they don't have to put the time in on Amazon because people are sourcing from them.
Yep.
You know?
Sweet. What you guys rolling with? Normal for some variations to be a lot more expensive than others. Yeah, for sure. Medium shorts are 69. Extra smalls are over 100. Those are insanely expensive shorts, first of all. But yeah, that's totally normal. Just check the SellerAmp like price chart and make sure that it's consistent at that price.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense that would be the case, but it's just kind of how it is, right? Like just the way their supply chain works and stuff, making different quantities of different products, I guess, distributing to different places.
Like the extra smalls, you'll see that with like the wides, the talls, like all the random like less popular sizes. That's why the extra smalls are so much more expensive.
How do you find a company's wholesale/manufacturer? So if you're asking that question, you probably shouldn't be worried about wholesale right now. But the easiest place to start is going to the brand website and asking them, hey, can I buy your stuff wholesale? They'll probably say no. And then you say, all right, cool. Do you have any distributors that I can buy from that have inventory I can buy?
Yep. Just left Walmart and Marshall's loaded up. Let's go. Congrats, Brian. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, Brian's in here a lot. What if they don't have the variation listed? So look up what's called the variation wizard man on Google. That might be able to help you. Or if you're really a gangster, right now, here's the nuclear option, right? You find the eBay listing that has a picture of the barcode, and you grab the UPC off that, and then plug that in on Seller Central, which could work as well.
Yup. How do you find a company's wholesaler or manufacturer? That's a good question. A lot of times it'll be listed on the packaging of the actual item. It'll say who manufactured it. Usually it'll be like a P&G or a Colgate or one of those. And then you just start Googling, Colgate wholesaler, and it'll be wholesalers who sling a bunch of toothpaste brands and all that.
What up, Mia? Mia's a beast. Would you recommend getting the professional plan even before finding your first product? Yeah, for sure. Just because you need a lot of the benefits from the professional account to just kind of sell the way you're going to want to sell. So for sure, the cool thing is, Lorena, go do some retail arbitrage if you got some time, and you'll probably find your first product today.
Yep. Yeah, it's not like an essential. You can upgrade after a little bit, but if you're here, you're taking it seriously. So
yeah,
take the leap.
Good question. Can you do online arbitrage and wholesale in the same Amazon seller account? Absolutely, and you probably should. Right? It's a little sus just the way Amazon changes their rules sometimes with multiple seller accounts. So I wouldn't recommend, really looking into that until you're doing big numbers.
Yep. What are websites to look at selling in the UK? I'm not exactly sure where a lot of the UK guys source, but yeah, go watch some content from UK specific people if you're trying to figure out where they're sourcing.
Yeah,
I would assume some boots, all that.
I can't remember. There's one that's called Tesco. I think people do RA. That's the grocery store.
If anyone from the UK watching this is laughing for sure.
Exactly, right. So the cool thing is, man, just go on. Search Amazon FBA UK on YouTube. Watch a couple videos, and pretty quickly you'll be brought up to speed. But you probably shouldn't be looking for places to source. If you're thinking of websites, you should be looking for products to source. And that starts with finding good Amazon listings.
For sure.
What up, Dom?
It's hard for you to source, look for products online. It is not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, then it would not be profitable anymore. Your first couple products are going to be hard. It's good that they're hard. Otherwise, people would be on the business all the time, right? So just keep at it. Miles and I both have a bunch of sourcing tutorials you can watch. Watch our free courses, and then also come to the masterclass on Wednesday night. We'll show you some extra sauce that we typically don't share.
If I'm 0-day handle time, is it okay to price match with people who are FBA? So it's always okay to do anything in the modern world. There's pretty much repercussions for very few things that aren't majorly detrimental to other people. But yeah, look where the buy box is going, man. On SellerAmp, scroll down to the buy box analysis, look at what price the buy box is going to, and you want to match there. No, so next Wednesday.
Yep. Yeah, Fire Charger, cancel the other one. You'll just keep a SellerAmp. It's a fourth of the price, and there's a lot more detail.
Yeah. Do you guys do eBay to Amazon online arbitrage? So we don't. However, that totally works. Our friend Steve does a lot of that and is really, really good with it. The cool thing is that there's not one way to do this, right? There's many different business models, many different tactics, strategies, etc. And for the most part, pretty much everything works, right? So eBay to Amazon totally works. We're not going to be able to help too much with that because we're not super experienced with it. But our friend Steve, Rake and Profit, has a lot of good videos on it.
Yeah, I would just be careful with that. The invoicing is shaky at best buying from eBay.
Yeah, so Fire Changer, it's just very expensive. Do you naturally pick your favorite websites to source from? And it feels like a casino that I can get better at with over time. Literally, exactly. Pretty much exactly, right? So from even the early days, Warren and I collaborated a lot together. We talked through a lot of opportunities. We sourced together. So we naturally had a leg up over the competition because we were solving problems together. So we always recommend that for you guys as well.
Yeah, reverse sourcing is also going to feel like a casino if you don't know where to look beforehand. So the biggest mistake a lot of people make is they'll just open storefronts randomly. Understand what's on sale, and then, this seller has a bunch of Nike shoes. Nike shoes are on sale on Nike.com today, and you can focus your search a little bit better. Otherwise, you're just clicking around randomly, and it is a casino at that point.
Okay, this guy's awesome. Can you talk a little bit about getting ungated using the A-Data method? I think it's a lot of extra effort because if you're trying to ungate something, you should have found something profitable in the first place and just ungate from that big website. And then, yeah, like all big websites work for that stuff. I know someone else had asked. Does the SellerAmp app calculator include FBA fees and shipping? Yes. However, you were going to need to input a shipping cost in your back end on the settings, which as a beginner is going to be like about 40 cents a pound. You guys are killing it with the questions today. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We're trying not to get backed up, but keep them coming. We really appreciate this.
Good questions. I think no ungating questions so far too, right?
We just had one, but it was an 8A.
But it was 808. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
If by the time you received a product, price tank, seller count went up, would you return it or still send it in? I would avoid returning if possible. As a collective, it makes stores hate us more, even on an individual level. If you return a bunch of stuff, that website's going to remember you and cancel all your orders moving forward. If you're like break even, I would sell it unless you are like truly down to your last $1,000. Then think about it, do what you got to do. But I would not do that if I were you.
Yeah, do what you got to do though, right? Yeah. Some people have really, really strong opinions about that. I mean, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Right?
If you don't have a lot of money, like you got to stretch it. So go for it.
Dude, exactly. Yeah. Man. Yeah, for sure.
But if you're trying to build a legit business, you like that supplier, I would not do that.
Okay. So Game of Moms asked about how do you gauge which variation sells the best? The cool thing is that you're going to have a specific Keepa chart for each variation, right? So that's how you're going to gauge demand. There's also the variations tab on SellerAmp and Keepa, both of which have data in terms of reviews. The best data is going to be to gauge velocity is going to be the offer count movement on the chart, right? And then price stability or price increase on that variation. But it's weird how like typically what decides it isn't velocity, it's actually price. Typically there'll be discrepancy in price between different sizes and such.
Yep. What would you say your average shoe volume buy is if you have a good lead? It completely depends on the product. Usually at least like 10 pairs or so. If you check the offers tab, like Miles was talking about, you see a lot of action up to 50 to 100 if it looks really, really good. But as a new seller, if you're asking that question, start with 5 or 10, see how it goes, and then you'll start to be like, oh, I see when it sells fast, I see when it doesn't, and then you're not going to make a bunch of expensive mistakes.
Yeah, like your data should be the only thing to cause you to go heavy on something for the most part, right? Like it's like, have I aped into an ASIN without even checking the Keepa chart that one of my boys sent? Of course. Is that an incredible strategy? Typically not. Why are 90% of sellers doing private label? Is it really 90%?
I don't think it's that high, but it is a huge percent. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is a huge percent. Yeah, I don't think it's that high though. I would bet the percentage of people that are successful is like, I bet you, or I'm actually positive that there's a shockingly smaller percent of success with private label.
There has to be way fewer success because even veteran private label sellers will tell you that it's 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4. If you're really good at private label, is actually going to be a successful product. And obviously, if you're a newbie, you're not going to be 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Game of Moms made the jump over from IG right now on YouTube here. Yeah, if you can't see it on Variation Wizard and the UPC thing, then you're probably going to be screwed. Let's see. I bought a product locally, but it's a branded product. We need a little bit more on that. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, bro, we got you. We got you.
Maybe they're just flexing the buy, which is sick if so.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So, right on Wednesday, February 7th, right? Which is next Wednesday for anyone curious. We have the next masterclass we're going to be hosting. So you definitely want to make sure you get registered for that as well. Okay, so Warner, what are some of the big mistakes you see lots of beginners make, right? That everyone should avoid that will benefit them a lot more?
Sure. Living in a bubble, letting your competitors be competitors instead of your allies is the biggest one. We'll always die on that hill. And then the two things are sourcing and making friends, right? So the other one is like trying to optimize like big fancy systems or hiring virtual assistants, like all that kind of stuff before you're ever even, doing 10, 20K a month.
Completely agree, right? I would say the big thing too is expecting items to be profitable at the advertised price, right? And that pretty much every website has some sort of discount you guys can get, right? And therefore you need to find it, right? And that's what's going to make stuff profitable. And that if stuff is profitable at the advertised price, it's typically pretty easy to find as well. Join the roadmap. That's a vibe. Okay.
Appreciate you, Mitch. Appreciate you, Jenny.
Sabrina. So yeah, Sabrina, all big websites are going to work for that. So like Nike.com, Adidas.com, Soccer.com, ASOS, anything like that.
Yep. Can you do a step-by-step for SellerAmp? Miles and I both have big detailed like master guides for SellerAmp. I've got one that's like 40 minutes. I'm sure Miles has one as well.
Yeah.
So just look up flips for Miles, Fields of Profit, SellerAmp.
Yeah, and the cool thing is like the vast majority of what you're going to use with SellerAmp is just profit calculator, right? Profit calculator charts if you're doing RA as well and such and everything. So it's basically just like, okay, is the listing selling quick enough, right? Does the chart look good? Am I buying it for below my max cost? Do I have my costs correct? Do I have my sales tax? Stuff like that. Okay, neither of you guys sell at $1 million a year. Okay, well Warner and I
we both just did. So
yeah, so we both have done over $1 million for 3 years in a row. Okay. And that's the thing too. Like, dude, all right, I'm gonna ban that guy too because he's annoying me. Right. Oops. Oh,
highlighted it.
Danny's calling me. Both of you guys speaking at are both you guys speaking at Miami Sellers Conference? Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Just hit 100K following our advice, so listen up. That's awesome, man. How long did it take you? How long you been in the game? I don't know if have you seen Locura? I don't know if I've seen him in the stream yet.
I don't think so.
Little fish profile pic. Let us. How long you been in the game?
Okay. Can we see proof? Yes. Scroll back on our Instagram.
Like literally, like every day for 3 years, my friend.
Yeah, but also too, like yeah, you don't have to be here as well. I can't lie. Since I stopped relying on TA, started doing manual sourcing. Yeah, bro, we got you. Explain the prep center. Okay, so the prep center model. Basically, right? Depending on what state you live in. Sorry about that. Depending on what state you live in, you're probably charged sales tax, right? Anywhere between typically it's around like 5 to 10%. Typically around 5 to 10%, right? However, if you use a prep center in a sales tax free state, right, you just get to not pay any sales tax, and you typically pay the prep center like $1 per unit, right? So like $1.50, $1.25, etc. And everything. Should getting a prep center be first priority? So Leo, in your case, honestly, probably do, just because you're in California, which is pretty high sales tax. Yeah.
Yep. How do you do your first $10,000 a month on Amazon? I have a video that is, I think, titled literally that. You can go check it out. So go check out that video. And then also tune into the stuff we're going to be dropping next Wednesday. So links down below for the free class. I would check that out. But short answer is literally just like go source products, suck at it for a little bit, and then the skills build.
Okay. Please tell me which is better for a beginner, wholesale or private labeling. I wouldn't recommend doing either, honestly, man. I would recommend just flipping name brand products, honestly.
What's better for beginner, wholesale, or private label? Both of those will end in you losing a lot of money if you start in wholesale or private label. You should start doing arbitrage or selling books, selling stuff on eBay. Literally, it doesn't matter. Don't start with wholesale or private label though.
Have not sold on Amazon since due to health and life. 10 years though. Yeah, private label is way harder. Yeah, private label is a lot harder. How do I ungate? I'm in NY. Do you recommend a prep center? So dude, if you're asking if we recommend it, it's probably not time. Honestly, you'll know because like your living room's full of product. The people in your life are annoying you about how much product you have, and that's typically the time to get going with the prep center.
Yep.
Okay, MISC fee. Yeah, that's where you put sales tax. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's also a good idea. I think the MISC fee is flat, right? MISC fee. Yeah, it's a flat fee.
Well, there's percent.
Yeah. Oh, there's both. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's a good idea to put like a dime or like a quarter, like just like average your poly bags, like your boxes, all that kind of stuff. Like that's how I like to use it. Like we have an extra dime baked into our fees.
Just followed you. I'm just trying to start off FBA and I'm having trouble finding products that are profitable. Dude, so the cool thing is, man, you probably have profitable products in your town already that you can just go and do a bunch of retail arbitrage with, honestly, and such. And then in terms of online arbitrage, it's just putting in the reps, man, and finding different discounts that different websites have. Yeah. It was great. Discord's great too. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's love right there.
Awesome. Is it true that some prep centers are faster depending on location? Yeah, because they'll be like way far away from a fulfillment center or like literal neighbors. Like some prep centers actually are neighbors with FCs as like a strategy for them. That's why like East Coast prep centers tend to be a little bit better because they're generally closer to fulfillment centers.
At what point did it hit you that this could be a sustainable source of income? So I was kind of brainwashed from day one that reselling worked just because I had been doing it for a while in other capacities, right? But it takes a ton of, hard work and effort to really see that come to fruition and such. But I'd say like, 6 to 8K profit a month, consistently. And then friends you're doing it with too, that kind of validate that you're on the right path, that think like you, that see the value in this stuff. It really validates further that you can do it and everything, but it takes a bunch of work.
Yeah. It takes that first month where you make like more money than you've ever made at a job before, like all that kind of stuff. And then it's like, oh, like, all right, I see, like, this is legit.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we both like to say we're both scammers until you make your first sale, and then you're hungry for more.
Yeah, and you guys are completely right to be skeptical too. Like, there's a ton of people on the internet that are putting out bad information and malicious and shit like that. But the difference is that we've documented from day one and show you guys. You can go watch my first sale. You can go watch Warner's first video. Right? You can see back when we were just selling books. Okay, here we go. How long did it take you to train your VA? So I have a lot of VAs for video editing and they kind of just know coming in. But if it's a sourcing VA, it's literally like, it's not, are they trained or are they not trained? It's how trained are they?
Yeah, ideally you'll get like a little bit of expertise, but mostly you just want people who are like willing to learn. They're eager. They like the treasure hunt, that kind of thing.
And like personality wise too, because if like you have fun talking and if they give you energy, they're tossing you emojis, they might be commenting on your pictures and shit, right? Like it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. Okay, business checking accounts. So that really doesn't matter too much. So Warner and I both use Chase and Mercury though. Those are cool. I'm sure there's a bunch of other good ones though, honestly. Yeah.
Look at the in retrospect, look back at the list of banks that are eligible for express payout through Amazon's new program that they rolled out, and make sure you do one of those. I'm pretty sure Chase is.
It's a good point. Oh, I'm sure they are. Yeah. I actually can confirm that.
Most of the big banks, but it'll get you paid out a little bit faster.
How much money is required to start arbitrage? So I actually just made a video on this this week, but it's 1,000 to 3,000. And it can be even less if you want to do like used books. Like cousin Billy Flips just joined the stream here. Like he got started selling used books, and that takes pretty much no money, right? Warner got started with books. I got started with books. Luckily, ungating is a thing now, so it's going to be easier for you guys to get going. You probably don't have to do books, but if you don't have a lot of money, books is such a good option because you get to learn everything that goes into selling on Amazon for virtually no money.
Yep. Oh, strike 100K total. You did for 40K, your first 40K month. That's awesome, man. Yeah, the roadmap will probably be perfect for you. If you kind of already know the basics, hop in, kind of master the stuff we don't typically share. If that's what you're thinking there.
Okay, here we go. How would I go about adding the shipping fees on SaaS, other fees that I need to add? Yeah, man, you're gonna need your sales tax as well. Just go to the top right and hit the settings, right? And then, so if you go in and hit settings, and then you go over to your bottom left, you'll scroll down, you'll see MISC fee and such in there.
For sure. What are you writing off during this tax season? Go watch the video I made with everything. Go watch the video I made with Chris Potter. It's like how to do your taxes as an Amazon seller. He is a qualified tax pro that answered a lot of the tax questions that I think a lot of you guys have about Amazon.
Does arbitrage work in Europe? Arbitrage works as the great Chris Grant says. Arbitrage is the oldest profession. Yes. Back in the day, right, on the Silk Road, right? Not the modern Silk Road, the legal one back in the day, right? You get the spice, right? You go on a journey, right? You ride the camel and you
across literally all of Asia.
You trade for the salt, right? And people have the audacity to complain that making money is difficult these days.
Dudes were sailing across the entire Atlantic Ocean for some fur.
Literally, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Best characteristics of a winning product. Fantastic question. Price stable or going up? She says, here we go again. Competition stable or going down, right? Sales rank sub 100K and consistently sub 100K. ROI 30% or more, right? Good cash back ideally, good rewards ideally. No IP can play in history, which is basically the off account randomly going to zero. think we're pretty good on that, honestly. I think it's pretty much everything that goes in. What car do you drive? So, my brother in Christ, I am a humble Amazon seller. I do not have any car. I just walk around in Miami and occasionally unicycle if I'm in PA, but no car. So that shows you everything you need to know about my financial situation. Part-time unicyclist, full-time walker.
You got to strap like a motor onto that thing. A motorized unicycle.
Well, see, but the key here, Warner, is that if you did that, your legs would break because
that's true.
Really, they have to be going around. They have to be going around. Yeah. How often are you ordering new products? Dude, I mean, as much as you can, right? It depends, obviously, in terms of like, your capital availability and such, but, ideally as much as you can. Can I become a millionaire doing arbitrage? So, Desi, you 5 minutes ago, you asked if arbitrage works in Europe, and now you're worried about becoming a millionaire, right? That is
baby steps here, baby steps.
Exactly. So like very, very few people have ever become that off of online arbitrage. You typically want to move up an opportunity, whether it's like wholesale or private label,
or become a millionaire in general off their very first business based on the question.
Pretty much no one.
Yeah, like no one.
Yeah, literally no one, right? Yeah.
You need to build a giant pile of cash and then turn your arbitrage machine into a cash machine. Yeah. And then you put that into real estate, private label, whatever equity builders you like to build.
Do you guys try? Yeah, for sure, bro. Do you need a seller's permit? Nope. What category is easy to ungate? Literally whatever you want. And you should go on YouTube and search Flip Miles Ungating and check out my auto ungating list. Okay. If you got qualified for a $5 million loan, would you go out and buy a Lamborghini or rent sports cars? Well, I would never rent a Lamborghini on credit, my brother in Christ. Even though that might get more people in this live stream, but we're not like I don't need all that in my life. Oh, I'm ready to learn. Yeah, bro, get to it, man. Flip Smiles free course on YouTube. That'll help you nicely get going with that stuff. How did you find your group? Okay, super good. Oh,
there's like somebody was like rattling my door, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Oh shit. Yeah, bro. I mean, is that your first ever time? What's that being called? Getting stream sniped or what? Okay.
Swatting, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that's even a thing. But okay, how did you find your group? So basically what Game of Moms, I assume what she means is just finding a group of Amazon sellers to work with. And honestly, man, the way I found it was being as loud as I could on the internet, talking about selling on Amazon, like documenting my journey basically. Right. And is that an uncomfortable thing to do? Of course. Right. But I realized that these tools were free and that everyone that I wanted to know was on them. Right. And that there were very few people that I wanted to know that were already in my local network. Obviously some people, but I wanted to find more. And it was a lot easier to do that for free using leverage on the internet. Going for that Lambo. No, I mean, Lambos are dope. Like let's not, Lambos are dope. Let's not understand anything, but yeah, you stack up the bread, max the retirement accounts, right?
You go all in on piling it up and then you have fun after you got enough.
Is it risky to resell or return? If it's messed up, yes. If not, absolutely not. How old were you guys when you started FBA? I was 20. Yeah.
I was 18, I think.
Yeah. Why is
which these days feels old to start FBA at 18.
Literally, man, literally, right?
There's kids out here making 10K while adult men and women are like, no, it's too hard.
The best is there's this kid that's 15 that I was friends with his brother when he was 15, and he made like $250,000 in a month profit when he was like 17, and his little brother started at 14. It's crazy. Car payment plus insurance, so you better say, yeah, exactly. No, print the wealth, right? Print the wealth. We're not out here trying to print. Yeah, bro, Sawyer. I remember Sawyer and I just posted this podcast actually, but yeah, he was 15 and him and I were going crazy on the Air Force Ones. Any list on tax exempt stores? That's a good idea for something. It's just not many.
There's not very many. There's like 5.
Walmart.
Lowe's, Sam's, Walmart, Costco. That might be it.
It's the irony that those are the biggest retailers too.
Yeah.
They literally make
sense. They understand how to make money.
Yeah.
So you just do it. You sell to anyone who wants to give you money.
Yeah. I started with $100. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Literally Especially if you don't have a lot of money. Like one of the best things you can do is go scan all the books at the thrift store. Requires no money. You probably got time if you don't have money, and you get to learn the whole process for no money, which is kind of like an insane, opportunity to think about it.
For sure. First RA attempt scan-in, notice not profitable due to shipping costs. I mean, everyone's paying for shipping, so like the prices just weren't low enough at the store, basically.
Yeah, you also might not be factoring in the bulk
Yeah.
shipping idea. Actually, he was talking about FBM. No. Okay, so he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, you're talking about FBM. Yeah, man, scan more products. You'll find stuff.
Yeah, so like the smaller stuff you look at in the store will be like $4 or $5. Like the couple pounds will run you closer to like 10 to 12.
All right, everything. Yeah, man. So Basmir, that's kind of the whole point of it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, weekly calls, all that good stuff. Pretty much everything you need. The idea is it's a no-brainer. If you got money, you'll go grow a lot faster, make a lot more money in the long run.
But who buys books in 2024? Go into any household in a developed country, and I promise you,
there are tons of books.
There are tons of books. Yes. What tool do you suggest to scan items? So SellerAmp, man, I got the shirt on right here. Sup, Lord and Savior, El Toto. See, now that's the thing. Like, I don't think I've seen this dude, but he's got the good banter. Is your no? So SellerAmp is for it's for worldwide, like anywhere we serve. But no, like anything we offer is predominantly going to be US related.
Yep.
And you FBM books. Books are so annoying, bro. Just FBM because it's like such a pain dealing with all those SKUs, man.
Selling milk on Amazon. I don't know about that one.
Yeah. No. Well, and my supply chain doesn't work at all for that stuff either. Yeah. How long did it take you to get your first dollar? So your boy, I remember I went home because I was doing an internship. I drove home for the weekend, got a bunch of free books, sent them in, and sat there at my internship when the shipment checked in for 2 days in a row till I got that first sale.
Yep.
I remember that. Literally.
Yep.
Oh, gosh, man.
I hit the thrift store. I got like 12 books that were good. I sent them all in. Get your first shipment. It sold in like a couple weeks. I was like, oh crap, this is real. And then I did it a lot more. I went to a lot more thrift stores immediately.
That guy with the canoe wasn't lying. How to fix milk authenticity. You're completely right, Strike Low Curl. You're completely right, man. Yeah, because like FBA cost has no bulk ship or no individual shipping, but it does have FBA fees, right? Meanwhile, FBM has no FBA fees, but it does have individual shipping costs, which is based on size and weight, just like FBA fees are based on size and weight. So it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, like the pick and pack is usually very similar.
Yeah. Like these are very, Amazon's super sophisticated. Why do some products not have a buy box? Don't be afraid of those items. There's a lot of wealth to be squeezed on those items. However, it's pretty much just like Amazon thinks the price is too high, honestly, is kind of typically what's going on with that. But would the product still sell FBM? If the Keep chart shows movement, yes. Like you can look at a Keep chart and regardless of whether it has a buy box or not, you can gauge pretty easily if it's selling.
Yeah, like look at new sellers hopping in and out. On the bottom chart, show the review count, and you'll see like, oh, there's a crap ton of reviews, or no one has left to review. It's a couple different ways. You're like 80% FBM. Damn, you did like 80K FBM then. That's awesome, man.
That's super impressive, bro. You're printing money if that's books too.
You're working hard too.
Listings to stay away from: anything with a super high sales rank, anything that's not profitable, or anything that shows a massive decrease in price or increase in price, or a big random IP complaint drop. If you find a good product, you share that with your FBA friends. They wouldn't be FBA friends if I wasn't, man. Of course.
As long as you got the friends who are paying it back, you don't need the group of people you're just feeding and you get nothing out of it. Like it's a give and take for everything.
So Drew, yeah, I mean anything like that, man. Nike is a great place to start. Adidas, Puma, if you got outlets nearby, especially. How much money do I need to start buying? But it's Carlos, like 1 to 3K, man. Just watch some YouTube videos. Like I posted a good video on that last week. And then so guys, we have the free training going down on next week, which is going to be on February 7th. So we would love to see you there. You can get registered for that at the link in the bio, link in the description. And do you drink coladas? No. That's an interesting question though. What does it mean for LeBron's legacy?
Yeah, how does doing 20K via FBM affect LeBron's legacy? That's the important questions.
Cool. Sweet. All right. Have a great night, everyone. We're going to hop off for now. Be great. Do something that your future self will be thankful for.
Good to see y'all. Take action. See you on Wednesday.
Yep. Bye.
Probably before that, but get signed up. We'll see you soon.